What's up, YouTube? In today's Star Citizen episode, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a different approach. Today, we're using the A2 Hercules, which is a heavy bomber, but we're not using it for destruction, but for business. I'm going to be diving into the grind of cargo hauling, working steadily towards that coveted member rank. Honestly, this is going to be more of a passive run, focused on stacking credits, but every crate and mission brings me one step closer to the next goal, and in the next video, I'll be putting those earnings to work, upgrading my weapons, buying new ship parts, and shifting gears into more mercenary contracts and ship combat missions. But hey, we gotta get our funds, and this is how we gotta do it. So if you guys do like this video, or if you learn any tips, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and maybe subscribe. As always, it's your boy Random, and I'll see you. So before I start this, I just want to mention, I did have a different idea for this video, but sometimes you just gotta, go with the second plan or the second best option. So hope you guys still enjoy this video. I worked hard on it, or did I? You never know. But really, just hope you have a good day. And yeah, I'm gonna shut up now and enjoy. We're kicking things off high above Area 18 at Bajini Point. First thing I do usually is pop open the Moby Glass and check out the hauling missions available. I started in the hauling tab and I saw that the Red Wind is looking for new haulers. It was tempting, but the payout was only around 40k and the destination was a little bit out of my flat path, so I decided to keep scrolling. After digging through a few small graded supply contracts, I finally found a couple of missions that I could stack together. Perfect for efficiency. I grabbed 2 junior rank hauling jobs and they were delivering silken and tin. Pretty much easy money. But before anything else, there's a crucial step. Make sure you're at the correct pickup location. There are a couple times I've been tired or I just wasn't reading correctly, and it's cost me. Once you're in position, call the SU containers using the freight elevator in your hangar. I first repositioned my ship to line it up with the cargo bay, which makes loading so much smoother. Trust me, this step will save you a ton of time. Anyways, once you're in the freight manager, you'll see that your SU crates are in the warehouse. Lower the elevator, transfer them over, and then raise it back up. Congratulations, you've now reached what I call the depression stage of hauling. It's time to start loading. If you're doing this without the Argo, I salute you, but do yourself a favor and spend that 70k instantly and pick one up. It makes your life 100 times easier. Also, here's a little bit of a pro tip. Use the free look with your Atlas to grab and move boxes instead of rotating the whole thing. It saves you 2 to 4 seconds per box, and if you're moving over 100 SCU, that can add up pretty fast. After everything was loaded onto the A2 Hercules, the hard part was over. All that's left to do is to path to Riker Memorial Spaceport and deliver the goods. Easy credits, solid progress towards that member rank, and one step closer towards gearing up for the mercenary work in the next episode. Alright, so we're sitting at around $2.4 million after our first round of contracts. Not bad, but let's be real. If we're planning to fully kit out the A2 and actually make some serious money, we're gonna need a lot more than that. 2.4 is just a start, but it's gonna be pocket change compared to what we're aiming for. So I crack open the Moby Glass and I start scrolling through the contracts. At this point, I'm not even that picky, I just want anything that's gonna pay me well. Since we're still chilling at Rikers, I looked up jobs starting there. I was thinking to myself, the less time wasted traveling, the more money I can make. But after a little bit of digging, I finally came across a couple of supply grade cargo runs. So that's what I did. There's nothing too crazy, but the payouts looked a little bit decent for the trip. But now we get to the annoying part. As I said, a couple of missions, that's exactly what I mean. Literally only 2. It's nowhere near as profitable as the Bajini to Rikers route, but I'm pretty sure since these are both junior ranks, I'm getting more experience. But hey, money's money. So I loaded up the A2, and if you've done cargo hauling, you already know the drill. Double check the cargo and make sure that your quantum fuel is topped off, and then you're good to launch. Once we're in the air, it's literally just autopilot. You set the route, hit quantum, and sit back and enjoy the vibe. Honestly, this part never gets old. You've got this massive machinery, thousands, millions, or potentially billions of credits worth of cargo, and you're basically just watching a progress bar fill it up in real life. And yet, it's still kind of satisfying. Anyways, we touch down at Bajini, unload the goods, and boom, easy money. Like I said, the payout wasn't crazy, but it pushes up one step closer to that big goal. And that's what cargo hauling is all about. Small, steady gains stacked up over time. Now here's the thing, the grind gets real after a while. Once you've done a dozen contracts, the repetition starts to hit you. Fly, deliver, fly, deliver, fly back, deliver. It's diabolic. It's literally space trucking at its finest. I was halfway through this second run just staring at the screen wondering how I spent hours, and I literally mean it, doing this. But then I look at the account balance and it makes me feel better. I don't mean in real life, by the way. If you're doing this grind too, just know the feeling, that constant eternal debate of should I just close the game right now or just one more run? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't daydreaming about having a C2 during all of this. That extra cargo capacity would have helped a little bit. But hey, the A2 is more expensive, but it also gets the job done. So that's where we are right now. The grind continues, it's slow, getting really repetitive, but every mission is another chunk of profit, and we're inching closer and closer to a fully decked out A2. And once we get there, I promise you, the world will know pain. So I ended up logging off for the night, but I jumped right back in the next day, honestly. I woke up in the Habs and headed straight to my hangar. And yep, back to the exact same grind as we were doing yesterday. Honestly, I'm pretty sure there's a faster way to make money on another planet or route, but I haven't really done all the research I need to, and I probably should have done. But even though it might seem boring at times, cargo hauling is honestly surprisingly satisfying. I can see how people could really do this all day. Not me personally, but people. Especially if we ever get shared cargo across servers. Just imagine a group of like night haulers working from 12 p.m. to 9 a.m. Let's say like Miami time or like some centralized time, moving quartz and other resources. Then a morning crew would come over at 10 a.m. to run different cargo, to actually restore the space stations. It's just an ideal, but it'd be kind of cool to see. Maybe honestly really annoying, Thankfully I'm not a dev. Anyway, we love the Argo. Seriously, get one if you have not. So we're loading up all of our cargo for another run from Bajini Point to Rikers Memorial Spaceport, or we're going from Rikers back to Bajini. The credits are stacking up, but I still need to do more research to see if I'd be making more by investing in my own cargo instead of just hauling contracts. Of course, investing in my own cargo comes with its own sort of risks, lag, losing cargo, pirates, all the good stuff. Still, I'm excited and happy with the cargo hauling overall. The only thing I'd ask for is like a little bit more fun or some difference in the gameplay loop. I don't mean just making it harder or anything, like annoying, just something extra. I remember going down into the bunkers to grab maize and weevil eggs and sell, and that was just like a little fun element, just going down and clearing the hangar. That's pretty nice. Not that cargo hauling has to do fighting, but some little spark, either just like sorting something maybe could be cool, maybe. But if anyone has any suggestions on how to make it better, just let me know down in the comments below. So yeah, if you saw in that last clip, I ran into a bug. What are the odds, right? Should I be mad? Maybe, but honestly, not really. I know a lot of people complain about Star Citizen, some even call it a scam, but I always thought it's pretty wild that we can literally travel from planet to planet with no loading screens, and the game looks pretty good. That's some crazy there is some crazy cutting edge technology running behind the screens here. Stuff that's also never been done before. Especially at this scale or success, so you could argue, but whatever. Now, whether the full vision will ever actually happen is a totally different argument. But from a technical standpoint, I still think it's pretty impressive. Anyway, we're gonna go back to hauling. This time we started with a small rookie rank job from Rikers Memorial to Bajini Point. And after successfully we decided to train with another contract. This time heading back to Bajini to Riker, or from Riker. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I was really feeling it and got into the flow, so I just started chaining these jobs one after another. Again, someone let me know in the comment if there was a more efficient, higher paying, or smarter cargo job that I should have been focusing on, or even if it's worth running my own cargo missions with my own cargo, or even if I should just run the missions in Pyro instead. Starting off at Area 18 for this route, we're sitting at about 3 million AUEC. Low-key not a huge amount, and honestly not really worth bragging about, but hey, let's keep it going. You already know what we're doing first. Loading up the ship with some beautiful cargo. After After browsing through the Moby Glass and picking up a few contracts, I packed the ship full of stems, scraps, and other supplies. Once we were fully loaded, I launched and headed straight to the space station to drop off the goods and collect the payout. It was so easy that I ended up training it with a few junior missions and a rookie rig mission right after. For some reason though, I ran into a weird grid issue and I had to manually detach almost every single cargo box from the grid before continuing. If anyone knows how to fix that, please let me know in the comments ASAP. But after finally figuring that out, I wrapped up the deliveries, dropped off all the contracts, and just like that, we completed another full cargo run. So that last run, yeah, my game kind of exploded, so we never made it, but that's where we're gonna wrap up this one. Next time, I promise, we will finish the job.